Hi, it's Ian Mack here from RADX Exchange, collaborating on a project called AcademiaScrypto.com, which is a project by Suena Merengue. You can study in Spanish or Italian, or of course you can translate the page. So to English, let's always translate it. And we are good to go. Now, I'm assuming if you come this far, you've looked through some of this. The Academy, the root, tells you some basics. So you have some basic explanatory videos telling you all about Scrypto, what it is, telling you what Rust is, and then you have the root here, which again breaks it down into sections. So you can work through all that. It's good to work through all that. It's not 100% necessary to learn Scrypto to work through that, but it helps. Now I'm going to jump straight into Scrypto. You've got the roadmap, you've got the basic terms, and then you've got the installation procedure. The instructions are for Linux, or you can go here, RADX DLT, install Scrypto. And you get the official installation guide, which is in Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. The instructions are very easy to follow. Take your time, read everything, do what it says, and you will be good to go. Now I'm going to show you my setup and how I use this. On my browser I have AcademiaScrypto. I have the Rust programming language book. Let's have a look at that. So learn Rust, read the book, do the Rust Links course, check out Rust by example. I'm going to read the book. And I have worked through these, which has helped me understand Scrypto. It's not strictly necessary, but if you're serious about becoming a programmer, then you should do that and get as much knowledge as you can. Then I've got this open, which is Scrypto Rust. And then, as you saw earlier, I've got this open. Now, to make it easier to navigate as I work through the video, I'm just going to move this a little bit, and I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code. All right, so from here, I'm going to open a second window. And I'm going to stick them side by side so that you can follow exactly what I'm doing in this video. Now, my second window, I'm going to make a new terminal, and I'm going to get rid of all of this. I'm going to change directory to RADX DLT Scrypto, and I'm going to make a directory called projects, and then I'm going to jump into the new directory. And clear my screen. Right, and then here I'm going to open a new folder, and the folder is going to be the projects folder that I've just created. So that's my basic setup. It's easier for me to work with and navigate as I make the video. Basically, I'm going to work through the AcademiaScrypto page, but I'm going to do it visually. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a new package called Hello World. So invoke Scrypto. We want a new package, and we're calling the package Hello World. And then we're going to jump into the new package. And you can see here that Hello World has been created, along with several other things inside Hello World. So we've got the source program, which is librs, then we've got test, and then we've got cargo.toml. This is explained in Rust if you come in here. Hello Cargo, this section here you should study if you haven't already. I'm going to work between the two windows explaining things as I go. So the first thing I want to do, I want to create an account. So RADX Engine Simulator New Account. So for the new account it says no configuration found on the system will use the above account as default. So anything I create, this account will be the owner of it. And just to save that, make it easier. So I'm saving the account number in a variable, and I'm also going to save the private key in a variable which I've called privk by mistake, but I'll leave it and I'll work with that. So from this account now, I am going to use the RADX engine simulator, and I'm going to publish everything that I've created so far. Now this build process took 2 minutes for me, so don't be alarmed at the time it takes. Okay, and we're done, and we've got a package address. I'm going to save that again. If you're on Linux and Macs, you save it differently. On Linux, it's something like export package. I can't remember it, but I'm sure you can find it. Now let's look and see how this side is connected to this side. So we're going to look at the source folder. All right, we're going to look at librs. So the first line here tells the program it's going to use the Scrypto library. Then the blueprint says all of this is our plan, and the plan is going to have a structure here, and the struct says it's going to contain something called a sample vault, which is a vault, and a vault is a permanent storage space in Scrypto, and you can get all this from here. Vault, persistent container for resources and is stored inside a component, can be burned in a bucket. We'll go into all of that later. And the next section says we are going to implement a blueprint called hello, and it tells you what the blueprint will have inside it. The first thing is a function called instantiate hello, which is going to create the blueprint. So let's run that now. All right, let's make this function work. So to call the function, we do the RADX engine simulator. We call the function from this package address, from the blueprint called hello, and the function is called instantiate hello. So let's see what this does. So instantiate hello has created this. There's been a transaction fee taken, and we have here a component address, and this is what I want right now. I want to take this component address, which is here. So it says instantiate hello will create into this component address these things. So let's look at this component address. Again, I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to use the RADX engine simulator, and I'm going to show what is in that component address. All right, so what have we actually achieved here? So we're showing the component. It's got the component address, and it says the component has a blueprint. The blueprint is at this address here, and the blueprint name is hello. So the blueprint is called hello, and it's created in that component. We've created a vault, which is the permanent storage space, and it says we also have some resources. We have 1000 of hello token with a symbol HT at this resource address. So we have here the blueprint, the vault, and the resources here. And that's what we've created so far. Okay, let's move on to the next step. We're now going to use this part here, and this part here says, let me just open this up a little bit. This part here says that we're creating another function called free token, and this is going to be in a bucket. Now a bucket is also a storage space, but a bucket is temporary. It's used within the program, it will carry out a transaction, and then it will be emptied. So here we're going to say my balance is, and it will tell you what the balance is from this self, which is here, and the sample vault, which is here, and the amount. Now we know from this one here, the vault has 1000 hello tokens in it. So it's going to read that here, it's going to print my balance is 1000 hello token, now giving away a token. And then this line here, from the self part, so from self, sample vault, take one, it's going to take one of these into the bucket. Let's do it. Now instantiate hello has created the component. Now we're going to use what's in the component. So we're going to call this now using RADX Engine Simulator, call method, and the method is in the component that we've created, and the method is called freeToken. Now again, this has done something here, right? It's taken fees out, it's done something here, so let's have a look at it. It tells you here my balance is 1000 hello token, now giving away a token, so let's see what is now within the component. RADX Engine Simulator, show component. We've still got the blueprint, we've still got the vault, but here the amount of the resource has gone down to 999 because we took one away from it. Let's do RADX Engine Simulator show account, which is the account we created and the account we're in. And here you can see that the account has got 2 hello tokens, the 2 that we've taken from the vault, and it also has 1000 RADX token, which RADX gives us when we start. Now let's do something else slightly different. Let's create another account. So let's do this. So let's do resim new account. So I've now created a new account, and let's call this new account. So I've got 2 accounts. I've got the account that I used to set everything up, and I've got a new account which has basically done nothing. Now I'm going to swap to the new account and make that my default account. And if I remember correctly, it's RADX Engine Simulator set default account, new priv key. So we now have a new default account. Let's have a look at it. RADX Engine Simulator show new account. So the new account has got 1000 RADX in it. Now let's do this. Let's call, so RADX Engine Simulator, and let's call the method from the component free token. And now let's have a look at our new account again. On our new account, you can see we took 1 hello token from the vault, and if we look at the component now, oops, my bad, RADX Engine Simulator, misspelt it. We now have 997 hello tokens. All right, hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching. See you later.